Well, we've just done our first night. All went well. I had sleep, Darcy stayed up, but now it's my turn to stay up and Darcy's going to go to sleep. We just stopped in Sydney, which is on Vancouver Island, so we went across overnight from Vancouver to Vancouver Island, and we've picked up our mainsail. They kindly came down to the dock and gave it to us, which is really helpful. Now we're going to cross down to the USA. We're going to stop at Port Angeles and check in, and then we can go to Nia Bay and get fuel before heading offshore and making our way down south. Hopefully the checking into USA goes better than last time. It should, because what I paid for then can get me in for another few months, and then after that we still have to figure something out, but should be much easier this time. And yeah, all's going well so far on the first day of the trip. We are just about to cross over from Canada to the USA. Woohoo! All going good so far. Pretty excited. We're gonna go check in, and then the fun really begins. So we've checked into America. We're just leaving Port Angeles now. I had so many problems again with my visa. It's complicated basically, but the ESTA I had initially didn't work, which I knew that's what the problem was in Ketchikan, Alaska. And then the visa that I paid for in Alaska, I was told would get me in for the next 6 months to USA on a boat, but that's not the case. And so I either had to leave and go back to Canada and fly into USA, which my visa would allow, or drive in, which it would allow, but we just don't have the weather window to do that. I don't have the time to go back and do that. And we explained that we were told in Alaska that it would definitely allow 6 months entry. And we told them everything, our plans, what we've been doing, what we've been told in Ketchikan and when we went to Seattle last time. And they basically talked to some supervisors and have let me in free of charge for 6 months. So it started off as a big problem, but it's all ended up okay. So here we are in USA. Ooh, we got to take the Q flag down. Darcy's about to go up the mast to check the wind instruments. We've realised just as we're leaving Port Angeles.
Yeah, just before we got in, they stopped working.
Yeah, they're just not working at all. So we're not getting any data about the wind direction, speed, or anything, which means we can't use the hold heading for the wind direction.
For the autopilot.
Yeah, for the autopilot.
What that does is it holds us so the wind is always hitting the sails in a certain direction.
Or a certain angle.
Same angle, which is good for new sailors like us. But anyway, we'll go up there. Probably can't fix anything. We got to leave pretty quickly, so let's just get it done.
It's not because the boat's old or anything, it's all new. We put it in, I think it was in our second video, but yeah, we've troubleshooted a bunch of things down here, and this is the last thing to check. If this doesn't work, we're going without it.
So, how you doing? So I went up there, I undid the connection, moved the wire around a little bit. There's not a whole lot you can do. I don't think it did anything. So we're gonna get out of here. We need to go. So we're gonna do our first big open ocean passage with no wind data, but that's okay because we're gonna sail really conservatively anyway. So
yeah. Feel the wind on our cheeks.
Yeah, the wind on our cheeks. I'm gonna have to shave. It's just dawned on us that we're about to go into the Pacific Ocean, and now we're absolutely panicking and stowing everything as we should have this entire time. So it's gonna take probably about half an hour to get everything stowed properly, and then we'll be off. We bought a bunch of ratchet straps just before we left. We know they're not stainless steel. They're probably not gonna last. They're probably not gonna last at all. But we figured if we really needed them, then we could use them. And now we really need them.
And we'll come up with a more longer term sustainable solution once we get to Mexico and can take a breath of fresh air and have a break for a minute.
Yeah, this weather window is waiting for no one.
Especially not us.
Yeah, apparently we're one of the last boats here that's jumping on this weather window, and we've freaking moved heaven and earth just to get into this position. So we don't want to screw it up.
Yeah, that's what the guy at the fuel station said at Port Angeles, and the customs guy too. That's another job we absolutely need to do, is those bolts. Everyone's been commenting. And it's always been on our list for a long time now, since we made the hard top, but it for some reason keeps getting bumped in the job list. One down.
One down.
Not too many to go.
I don't think we're gonna do them all.
We're gonna do the ones that we stand under.
Well, that took an embarrassingly short amount of time, considering how many times I've hit my head off of each and every one of those things. We haven't cut them all, just the ones that are the offenders, the ones that hurt. The others we'll cut later, but we're in a hurry. Terrible excuse. There's no chance of hitting your head on the other ones.
It is a terrible excuse.
Just a couple more jobs to go. This one we were going to save to last, but we just got to do them in any order. So this is the EPIRB, and we're mounting it. We've had the EPIRB, but now we're going to mount it so we can just quickly grab it from the door. And don't talk to me about how square this is or not. I'm doing this under duress.
Nothing square on this boat anyway.
Yeah, I know. All right. Boom, EPIRB. And now, when you're outside, you can just grab it. I didn't even practice that, and it was that easy.
Nice.
Nice. Safety third.
Fun first, and...
In all seriousness, we're taking this very serious.
We are.
That's why I'm tying the TV down. We like never use this TV, and it's just, it bangs and trashes and everything, but
maybe one day when we've got no more boat jobs left, we'll watch TV.
So we're never gonna watch TV then.
I guess not.
Some more last minute securing things. We have this strapping that we bought, and this is our oven slash microwave slash the only magnet holder we have on the boat.
Magnet holder.
And we're just screwing it down here. My fault. There we go. So my idea here is to make the strapping tight by screwing it down so that this won't move. There we go. I think that is still moving a bit, but there we go. That's not going anywhere. All right, what's next?
Finish up that fuel polishing.
Yes. Have you done with the fuel polishing?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you show the fine people what you've done with the fuel polishing?
Alright, let's go downstairs. We're down here in the starboard hull in the aft room, and this is the little closet with all the fuel stuff that we've shown in a few videos because we've had so many fuel problems. I've installed the fuel polishing system now permanently. So here's the massive filter. It's huge. It can store up to like half a kilo or a pound about of dirty crud. So that should last us a little while, but we've got like 10 or 15 or something on the boat just in case. This is the pump, nice and permanently installed. So it gets the fuel from the fuel return, or it gets the fuel from the fuel line and then puts it back into the tank via the fuel return line, which is what the normal fuel goes to the motor and does that anyway. So while we're underway sailing, we can actually turn this on and just be polishing the fuel as we go and while it's getting kicked up. We've already done this like a bunch of times when I had it out in the cockpit, and we didn't even use up one fuel filter because they're massive. So we're feeling pretty good about this.
No more fuel problems.
No. And we just fueled up, so.
See that wood behind you? Thanks. Appreciate it. Hey, no sitting down.
No.
It's go time.
It's go time. Let's do this.
Who's on first shift?
Me. I think I've had more sleep over the last week. Slightly more, but not much still.
We've both been working hard.
We have.
All right. Okay. Ready? Steady? Ready?
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Let's leave this town. Well, Darcy's asleep and we're about to round out the top of USA and head out into the ocean, the open ocean. It's super calm in here, it's well protected, there's no waves or anything, at least at the moment there's no wind either, so we're motoring along. There's a bunch of massive container ships and cargo ships travelling along the shipping lanes that are here. So just south of here is the USA and north is the bottom of Vancouver Island in Canada. So I'm basically travelling along the border, or the sea border, and yeah, just avoiding all the big ships, staying in the exclusion zone or well out of their way anyway. And it's really handy having the AIS and radar and the chart plotter to see what everything is and where they're going, and otherwise it's just little dots of light and it can be quite confusing. But otherwise, yeah, today's gone great so far. About to head out into the ocean. Going to be a bit of wind out there, so that'll be good. And the sun will start coming up soon too, which will be nice to kind of get our bearings out there. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared and nervous, but good nerves, I hope. And I'm also a bit relieved to be finally out here and got the boat all fixed up and all the main jobs done. And now I can just start to feel excited after all this. I haven't felt that yet. Been mostly nervous, anxious, stressed, and just too busy to even think. So now I'm feeling relieved, and hopefully the next step is excitement. I can feel it already. So this is all USA. And this is Canada. And that's Vancouver Island. And this is USA. And here's us. And here is out into the ocean. And that's where our path ends for now. here we are. It's day 1. Night was perfectly calm, no issues at all. Darcy's asleep now, so I'm out here. Not much wind. I don't know how much exactly because we couldn't get our wind instrument to work in the end. So we don't know, you know, the accurate measurement of the wind speed or direction. So we have to just go back to basics with that. But it should be okay. And it'll probably be good for us anyway. As long as we reef early, and which we 100% will, we shouldn't have a problem with that. Apart from that, everything's going great. We're motor sailing at the moment because there's hardly any wind, and we want to get further offshore, a bit further south where there's, and tonight there will be wind down there. So then we'll be able to turn the motor off. We've only got one on, just a little bit at the moment, and the full sail's out. And it's really nice. Just before we left, I picked up the new camera. So I'm pretty excited about this. And I got to thank you all again for watching and liking and commenting, all your advice with the comments and nice words as well. And of course helping me get this replacement that I'm going to look after like it's my life. I've bought a long neck strap, a wrist strap, and then the camera comes with the hand strap. So I'm gonna have it wrist and neck, so it's not coming off. We have been making sure all our rigging is 100% good because it is so new, a lot of it. Making sure cotter pins in everything, looking for any new chafe points, just double checking that nothing's getting loose or anything like that. And all good so far. We've put some stopper knots in the ends of all our new lines because we've got a bunch of new sheets, halyards, cleats and blocks, so we don't want anything to run through. So we've done a few of them. That made me think I should probably practice my knots on this trip. At least one a day I'll go over, and then by the end at least I'll have remembered however many, 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 new knots, or old knots, because I forget them if I'm not using them. So the stopper knot, a few of you mentioned it when we kept losing our jib sheet into the water and getting it locked in the propeller. We actually did have a stopper knot in that jib sheet, but the way the jib sheet hung over the side of the boat, it was actually the main part of the line getting wrapped in the propeller with both ends still up. But now the new way we've rigged the jib sheets, that shouldn't happen anymore. It's not hanging right over the side of the boat and going right to the back of the boat where it used to be. So hopefully we won't have more problems with that. But for the stopper knot, so you just do a loop and go, I just remember over, so this end over, under, and then up and through the loop. So that's probably one of the most simple knots, I'm guessing, but very important. Lots of birds out here. Which reminds me, because we saw some birds, we started thinking about fishing, and we saw some fish jumping, so Darcy rigged up some lines for tuna. So fingers crossed we might get something. I'll show you them. We've got one on each hull at the back. So I'm keeping an eye on them, but there's a long black thing that when it gets pulled, when a fish is on, you'll see the blue line hanging under it get tight. So that's what I'm looking for. I'll definitely have to wake Darcy up though if that happens. I'm not going on the back of the boat trying to pull in a big tuna by myself, that's for sure.
Alright, I think this is like day 2. We've lost count already.
It's day 1.
Day 1? No.
I'm counting it as day 1 because it's the first day out in the ocean.
Oh, okay. Okay, day 1 out in the ocean. But day 2 since we've had the motor on, I think?
Well, day 2 since we left Vancouver.
No, that's day 3.
Oh, technically we left at 11:30 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
If that was day 1, then yeah, this is day 3.
Day 1 went by quickly.
It was half an hour. So day 3 or day 1 right now?
Day 3 or day 1, either one. We're gonna tie in and we're gonna fuel up because we've been running the engine for a little while, and it's supposed to get a bit windier tomorrow. overnight. Actually, it's supposed to get a bit windier, so we want to make sure we have a full tank of fuel before it gets windier. I don't know, it made sense when we thought of it.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to have to fuel up in the wind, even though we'll be sailing then, hopefully.
So we shouldn't need the fuel, but just to be on the extra safe side, we'll have a full fuel tank when it's too windy to put fuel in.
Yeah.
And we should be sailing into it. We shouldn't need it, but we're being extra cautious.
Extra safe. So, this is going to take a little bit. There's got to be a better way to do this. We need like a fuel pump.
We have a fuel pump in the fuel polishing system.
That's true. We need a fuel pump for like out here, like a fuel transfer pump.
Yeah. Add it to the list of 1,000 things we need.
I think it's going near the top. It gets dark out here fast.
Real quick. We started this in the pretty much broad daylight.
Yeah.
Getting the jerry cans from the front over here, and then 5 minutes later it's pitch black.
Yeah.
So how many was it?
Not quite 5. I thought it was going to be like 8.
And I thought it was going to be 4, so I win.
No, it's closer to going over.
No, it's just whoever's the closest.
Luckily there's only like half a cup was spilt, easily mopped up with the shop towels, probably less than half a cup. But yeah, I thought we'd have burned more fuel, so I feel really good about our fuel situation, considering we have 15 more jerry cans and a full tank.
We got a bit scared when from the motor engine failing and that whole shenanigans and the fuel issue, and now we've probably gone overkill, but better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. Whoa.
Big wave.
Big waves.
Looks like the wind's picking up out there. Yeah. So we should be able to turn the motors off soon anyway. Or the motor, hopefully, we've only got one on.
Just one motor. Well, we're motor sailing right now, so we're getting a little bit from the sail.
Yeah.
But at some point in the night it's supposed to be all sail. Hopefully very soon.
Yeah, and we should be running with it. At the moment the waves are kind of on a beam.
Like they always are.
They absolutely always are.
Yeah, always on a beam. Makes for a little bit of a rock and rolly trip.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of music I like anyway.
Well, it's day 2 now of offshore sailing, and we're proper sailing now. Turned the motors off.
Day 1 of offshore sailing. Yesterday was offshore motoring.
Yeah, motor sailing.
Motor sailing, yeah.
First was motor, then motor sailing, now all sailing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going well so far.
Yeah, it's going really well so far. We're doing like 6.5, 7 knots. We have all 3 sails up. It's the first time we've ever had the stay sail up. So that's, I mean, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, it's nice and quiet, apart from the waves, but that's a good sound.
Yeah, the waves are a little bit on the beam, a little bit on the back. But yeah, man, wind change it.
Yeah, the waves and wind are starting to pick up now, which is why we can have all the sails out. It's really good.
Yeah.
We've got the Starlink working again. We've got the offshore thing, so just going to use it for important stuff like weather and some emails to contact home. The AIS stopped working for a little bit, but we sorted that out and actually had a really simple fix, which was nice for once.
Yeah, the guy who installed it was a complete idiot.
Not going to say who.
It was me. I misread something, so it took me about 30 seconds to fix. So that was good.
Yeah, the first ever quick fix on a boat.
Yeah.
So the wind still isn't working. That's not going to get fixed, I don't think.
No. But I figure I'm going to shave, and that way I can better feel the wind on my face. So we're covered. We're covered.
But otherwise, we're just relaxing, getting a fair bit of sleep each and catching up, actually.
Yeah, when we left, we were absolutely exhausted. and we had a super calm day yesterday, and allowed us to catch up on sleep. So we're probably one of the first sailing couples on their first trip to catch up on sleep during the trip.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Yeah, it's been great. I couldn't have asked for a better weather window than this so far, so we just hope it sticks out for just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple more days is all we really need, and then we can handle some rough stuff maybe.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it stays like this for a bit longer.
It would be very nice if it stayed like this for like 5 more days. Listen
to some more audiobooks, relax, sleep. We're still trying to fish, haven't caught something yet. But
yeah, we got 2 hand lines out. Now that we got the sails out, it would be kind of tricky to pull something in on the hand line, but still hoping. Come on, tuna. So Yvette's sleeping right now. We're doing about 8 knots under sail. It's awesome. Like, this is incredible. I don't even know how to describe it. Yesterday we didn't even believe we were doing it, and now we're like out here doing it. It's just such a cool feeling. We have all 3 sails out still, and it's just it's incredible right now. It's a little bit rolly, but you know, that's okay. It'll just make us better sailors. So we're trying to get some miles in. We're hoping that we can get 150 miles under sail in 24 hours. That'd be good for us. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but that's just a glorious day, a glorious sunset, and just so happy to be here, and so happy to have such a good weather window, and hopefully it keeps up. Probably going to be a long night under sail. It's going to be a bit nervous for both of us. I'm going to have to sleep for a little bit. Yvette will be under the controls. I don't know, we were deciding if we want to reef or not tonight. We're not 100% sure. We're thinking maybe it's better in the dark and everything just to reef, maybe go a little bit slower. But we'll have to see how it goes. It's a bit difficult with no wind. We're kind of trying to judge the wind. Haven't shaved yet, so still can't get like a really good play on how fast the wind is going. But it's awesome out here. It's absolutely incredible. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, we lost sight of land a long time ago.
So the waves have really started to pick up now, and the wind. We've put the jib away, so we've just got the storm sail out and the mainsail. We're going pretty fast. Don't know what the wind speed is still, but it's definitely getting stronger, so we're just going to reef if we need to, but feeling pretty good. We're looking at the speed, making sure it doesn't get too fast. The waves are kind of crashing over the back a little bit and the side. We're at a bit of a broad reach and going in the right direction that we want, so it's definitely getting less comfortable than it was earlier, but still good because we're still got the waves kind of behind us. They're super loud though when they come a bit more from the beam and crash underneath the deck, make a huge sound. So we're sleeping upstairs tonight. I tried to sleep down in the hull in the bedroom, and I came back up after like 10-15 minutes of trying because it was so loud. So Darcy's just gone to sleep now up in the saloon. I'll show you the sail. Sitting. Much more rolly and wavy and loud. It's super loud outside and inside. But otherwise it's quite fun. Quite sporty. But I won't lie, I was quite scared when it started kicking off and I was down in the bedroom and the massive loud sounds crashing of the waves crashing underneath. But I'm used to it now.
The block is broken at the top of the staysail. So we need to wrap the staysail up.
Just starting to get a little bit light, and the staysail, the bottom of it was starting to come a bit loose, like come down. So the whole sail was coming down, and we realized that a block up the top had broken. So we've furled it in now, and we don't think we'll be able to use that again for the moment until we replace that block. We do have lots of replacement blocks, but we're not going to go up the mast and do that now. But we've got the jib if we need it, and the wind would be alright to use mainsail and jib instead of mainsail and storm sail. I had just fallen asleep when I heard fish on, and so I ran outside and saw Darcy pulling in the hand line.
I have no plan for this.
Oh gosh, why do we always get in this position?
I see it! It's a tuna!
Yes! Woo! Don't lose it.
We got a tuna! Are you gonna do something about it? I have news to announce. We caught a tuna!
Woo!
Yeehaw! It is very heavy, so I can't do this for very long. As in, that's it. Oh. Hey, Yvette, what are you doing?
Cleaning a tuna. Well, today's been an awesome day. I can't believe we've caught this tuna. We bought a saltwater fishing book before we left, and we think it's an albacore tuna. So it's exciting. Definitely the biggest fish we've ever caught, and the first tuna we've ever caught. We have to say a massive shout out thanks to a guy that we happened to meet in a fishing shop in Prince Rupert. He was just in there at the same time as us and helped Darcy pick like what lure to get, exactly what to do to catch tuna, because he heard that we were talking about how to catch them, and we did exactly what he said, the exact lure and everything, and this is the result. So thank you so much. We've got 4 massive vacuum packed bags and a little one as well, and we're going to freeze them, and then we've got these 4 nice tuna steaks that we're going to cook on the barbie right now and put with some salad.
Yeah, today's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's just so good.
This is what it's all about.
This is definitely what it's all about. Aside from the fact that we have no idea what we're doing.
Literally no idea. We were in shock when we actually caught something. That's why all the thanks goes to that guy in Prince Rupert.
Yeah. All right, let's get those on the barbie.
Yep.
We noticed that the hand line on the other haul, not the one that we have the special lure on, but the one that we just have the Amazon lure on, wasn't really bouncing around so much anymore. And look, that's 200-pound test. So a fish broke that. That's a lot.
Yeah, it broke the line, right? Not the knot.
Broke the line, not the knot. For once, it's not my knot. So what could have been with this fish? We're probably really glad that it broke the line. Anyways, we have this, our nice sashimi. So I'm gonna show you my family's secret recipe for sashimi. And I'll give you a hint, my family does not like sashimi. So what we do is we have the barbecue all nice and warm, and we just toss that sashimi right on the barbecue. Yeah, there you go, that's perfect. That's perfect.
My family also likes it this way.
The best way to eat raw fish is to cook it first.
We were made for each other.
So we'll just let that fish cook. We're gonna make up a salad as well, and maybe we'll fix the other hand line but we probably don't want to catch any more fish. It's getting late already today. Wow, where's the day gone, eh?
I know. So busy doing nothing.
Yeah. Who knew offshore sailing could be so much fun? Well, I guess we lost one sail, but we gained a fish and some experience. Yeah. So that's always good.
And a whole lot of excitement. No one could ever say sailing's boring.
A whole ton of excitement. I keep on looking at the other lure. You won't be able to see it.
Coming off that hull down there. Oh.
So if you look closely, you can tell my secret to sashimi. It's grill marks. Yummy, yummy grill marks.
Yeah, it is yummy. Well, hopefully it's yummy. Let's go. Let's taste it.
So yeah, this is probably going to be a night for us. She's gonna go if she can. She's digging in. Well, she's about to go to sleep because she got woken up at like 1 o'clock when this fish ordeal started, and it's now like 5 o'clock. So yeah, but it's gonna be delicious. How is it?
It is. It's delicious.
Salt and pepper sashimi. We'll see you guys tomorrow. What a day!
I reckon.
Oh, I reckon.
Hope everybody liked the video. Remember to subscribe if you want to follow the adventure. See you next Friday.